Hey guys, this is Jim from GynecomasticiaSurgeryCostGuide.com, and I'm here with another video for my latest blog post. What is the gynecomastia surgery recovery timeline? So once again, for anyone new to these videos, they're not your typical videos on YouTube. I kind of like to get something up on YouTube that's sort of a audio version of the blog post for people who don't necessarily want to just I guess sit and read a bunch of text, although there's a lot of great valuable content on the site. So once again, if you enjoy this, I guess sort of a YouTube podcast of sorts, sort of an audio version of the blog post, and you enjoy it and you want some more additional information, I'll have a link to the blog post in the description. So let's get right to it. What is the gynecomastia surgery recovery timeline? There are a few things that I think a majority of men and young men as well who have gynecomastia want to know if they're considering going under the knife. And they're reasonable. The first thing is, what will the impact be on my job? What will the impact be in terms of, can I get back to school? Can I get back to the office? Another thing I think a lot of people want to know is, when will I be able to lift weights? When can I work out? When can I exercise? Or when can I, start driving again? And these are things that we're certainly going to get into. I think we're also going to, I think I also want to cover a few other quick things. This video is not going to be terribly long, about 5 or 6 minutes. But I think it's worth also talking about things like, is the surgery going to hurt? What I think I'll also try to briefly get into what your surgeon might ask of you to do, for a few days or a few weeks after you get out of your procedure. So, where to start? How about we start with actually probably the most common question. Will I be able to drive? Will I be able to take a shower? Will I be able to go back to work? And a whole bunch of questions related to the aftermath of your surgery. So here is I don't want to say the definitive answer, okay, because each surgeon's going to treat it differently, and certainly if you have, for example, a mild gynecomastia, and then you have a surgery to get rid of your mild gynecomastia, you might have a different set of instructions, or they might vary a little bit than somebody who had, a severe case of gynecomastia, somebody who had, if it was an equivalent to a woman's chest, it might be, if a C cup or a D cup in terms of breast tissue size. So that's certainly going to be different from somebody who just has a little bit of fatty tissue in there that the surgeon removed. So this is sort of a baseline, guys. You won't be able to operate a vehicle for about a week after your gynecomastia surgery. Okay, so understand that you'll be able to get out of the hospital within a few hours from your surgery. Please have someone drive you home. You will not be able to drive yourself home. You won't be able to shower, jump in a pool, jump in the ocean for about a week. Your incisions and your stitches are still trying to heal. You're going to need to reduce the exposure to the sun. That might be for, about a week, might be a couple weeks, it depends. Also, as far as exercise, I know a few guys, certainly, if you're somebody who likes to kind of work out, hit the gym, build up some muscle, understand that, your surgeon's not going to want you to do any strenuous activity for about 4 to 6 weeks. You're going to need to wait about 2 days to 1 week before returning to work, okay? If you have a non-manual labor job, if you're just sitting in a cubicle, it might be a little bit less. And one thing you're going to need to also do is wear a compression vest. And this is something that I think we'll get into right now, which is that you're going to need to get a compression vest that's going to keep your chest flat while it heals, okay? And so that's going to just be, and if you just type in compression vest on Amazon.com, you'll see what they look like. It's basically just a tight vest. It's going to fit tighter than your normal t-shirt size, and that's on purpose, okay? So 'cause you want to keep the chest flat so that it's healing properly. You need to kind of almost bind your chest to its sort of new form, its new shape, because it's used to being stretched out from the fatty breast tissue. We want to bring that skin back in, make it tighter, okay? Another thing that your surgeon might ask you to do is to wear drains. Okay, so there might be drains coming out the side of your chest, and that's to get the blood and keep the blood and fluid from building into the cavity, so to speak, where they took out the fatty tissue. They took out that glandular tissue that was causing the gynecomastia. You know, that's going to have to be, you know, blood will collect in the drains, and then you're going to have to, you know, likely have somebody else help you with this, where they're going to, you know, have to detach it from the tube, and they're going to have to dump out the blood. You reattach it to the tube, and, you know, you go about your day. For the most part, it's fairly painless, even though it's not exactly the most beautiful thing to see. And so the last thing that I want to just touch is, you know, is what is the pain like for gynecomastia surgery? So here's the thing. Gynecomastia surgery is a pretty routine procedure, okay? It's been around for a very long time, a relatively long time, I guess I should say. And so there's a lot of men who are getting the procedure. It's not an overly involved procedure, otherwise they wouldn't let you home the same day, okay? Now, if you're getting pain from your surgery, understand also that the surgeon will prescribe you medicine. Overall, there shouldn't be a horrible amount of pain, but it's a surgery, right? It's a procedure. There's going to be some level of discomfort, but I don't want anybody to worry so much about the pain to put them off from the surgery. It won't be that bad, okay? Once again, guys, if you want any more information, feel free to click the link in the bottom of the description. I'm going to have a lot more blog posts about gynecomastia surgery, and I'm going to do a lot more, you know, audio books, so to speak. So hopefully you enjoyed this. Hopefully it was a little bit more, you know, I guess easier to digest than a typical blog post. And if you want information, once again, it's gynecomastiasurgerycostguide.com. Thanks, guys. Have a great day.